Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I've been using iOS 18.2.1 for the past couple of days. And in this video, I'm going to give you my overall experience running iOS 18.2.1. I'm going to talk about the battery life, the battery health, the performance, and I'm also going to share the Geekbench score this time, not only on my iPhone, but I've also ran it on the iPad as well, which I've screenshotted and airdropped to my iPhone. So we will go over both the Geekbench score of my iPhone and my iPad towards the end of this video. Now, before I get started with talking about the update, it is almost 2 months since I've had my YouTube channel. It will be on the 16th of January. So I would like to say thank you for 42 subscribers. Hopefully before then, we can make it to 50 subscribers before January 16th. But we do have, I would say, a small amount of time. So we might not get there before the 16th. But hopefully, we at least make it to 45 subscribers. Now, as far as my performance on iOS 18.2.1, if I go in and out of podcast, load up some content, do a little scrolling, performance is good. It runs as it should with this particular iPhone. If we do some scrolling here, if we wait for this to load, it loads up nice and fast. If we go in the app library and do some scrolling, performance on this iPhone is what you would expect. It performs good on iOS 18.2.1. Now, as far as my battery health, let's go into battery. Quite surprising, I'm still at 85%. I don't know when this is expected to drop. Maybe it's a good thing that it's still staying here. But as far as my battery life, well, so far today, I've gotten 2 hours and 5 minutes of screen on time and 3 minutes of screen off time. Yesterday, I got 8 hours, 55 minutes screen on time and 13 or 19 minutes of screen off time. And that is on my iPhone 12. Now then, as far as the Geekbench score, first I will show it to you on my iPhone. And this is the first one I've ran on the iPad, but we'll get to that in a second. As far as the Geekbench score that I ran today, I've scored 2010 single core, 4,402 for multi-core. Now, if I compare that to when I ran it on January 4th, I scored 2,057 for single core, 4,620 for multi-core. Now, I also ran it on my iPad Air 4th generation, and this is the first one I've ran, so I'm not going to have any Geekbench history, but if I do, I will screenshot both of those next week. But on my iPad Air 4th generation, I scored 2,091 for single core, and I also scored 4,977 for multi-core. And if you don't know, I do have the iPad Air 4th generation, which is a Wi-Fi plus cellular version, and it also has 64 gigabytes, just like my iPhone 12. You guys have already by now seen the review of my iPad Air. I also did a review on the iPhone 7 yesterday. There's that video. But this is the review on the iPad Air 4th generation, if it's still worth it in 2025. Now, as far as what to expect next from Apple, if I go into the calendar here, we are still in the month of January, and I am expecting an update to iOS 18.3. Now, it's either two updates that we could see. Either we could see iOS 18.3 Beta 3, if history is any indication. Last year, we've had 3 betas of iOS 17.3, but I feel like that was because with iOS 17.3, and when you install the second beta, there was that boot loop issue that caused people's iPhones to be stuck in a boot loop, and that was caused by back tap. So I feel like that was the only reason that we've had 3 betas, but we still could have a repeat of last year with maybe 2 or 3 betas. If we do get a third beta on the 13th, then I'm expecting the RC on January 20th, with the final release on January 27th. However, if we get the RC on January 13th, then we could see iOS 18.3 released to the general public on January 20th, 2025. And hopefully with it, we get some new Unity wallpapers, as we always do in the .3 update ever since iOS 16. And of course, I will have a video on this channel going over what's new in iOS 18.3. But as far as anything else, that's it with iOS 18.2.1. It's pretty much a small minor bug fix update. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys later.